Hello everyone, welcome to Shell Point Today for Thursday, July 2nd. I'm Dan Filgrain. On today's show, we'll learn about the Intermediate Bridge Academy class that will begin their sessions next week. And to get you prepared for Independence Day, we'll have some fun with residents and test their patriotic knowledge. And in celebration of Independence Day, don't forget about the 4th of July Birthday Bash happening on Saturday. The celebration will consist of games and entertainment, such as a Dixieland band, as well as food. A selection of ice cream and toppings will be served, along with delicious lemonade. There will even be a cakewalk. The fun begins at 1 p.m. and lasts until 3 at the Village Church on the island. There is no ticket required for this event, so come on out and celebrate the 4th. Now let's talk about an activity that can really stretch your mind. Most of us have heard of the card game known as bridge, but how many know how to play bridge? Of those that know enough to play the game, how many of them can play the game well? If you're one of those who have a basic knowledge of the game, but are interested in taking it to the next level, then consider the 4-week session on Intermediate Bridge that begins next week. Susan Willoughby has been teaching bridge for several years at Shell Point, and she talks with Terry Kolath about the game.
Hello everyone, I'm here today with our favorite bridge teacher. Her name is Susan Willoughby. She's been teaching bridge at Shell Point for a number of years, and we're going to talk about this semester's offerings in hopes that you will give bridge a try. Thanks for joining me, Susan.
You're welcome. Thanks, Terry.
So, how complicated is it really? You always hear that bridge and chess are the kinds of games that are really difficult to play.
Well, I always kind of equate it a little bit to backgammon, which is anybody can play it, but it is not easy to play it well. Right.
Good
so
point.
anybody can learn to play it. Like in college, we threw cards around and pretended we were playing bridge. Then the whole world opens up to you and you find out there's a lot more to it than you thought initially.
Another question I get asked is, what level of ability do you need to be in? I know we periodically offer classes for beginners, but we really never get enough people interested in signing up. That doesn't mean we won't try it again.
Right.
But for this class, intermediate, that would signal to me a little bit of knowledge.
Well, yes, it is not for the absolute beginner. You need to know the basics, and with a little bit of understanding of some of the conventions, like the most commonly used ones, which are weak twos and Stamen and Jacobi transfers. And other than that, there's something for everybody in a class. If they are not comfortable with the bidding and they don't understand how a certain contract was reached, then perhaps they have good card sense and they find that they'll play a hand well or defend a hand well. So there are many aspects of the game.
Susan is always teaching on Wednesday afternoons, always in the game room, and it's 1 to 3:30. Please sign up at either service desk and take a chance on bridge.
Independence Day, which is just 2 days away, is a federal holiday that commemorates the adoption of the Declaration of Independence, which took place on July 4th in 1776, declaring this nation's freedom from Great Britain. What you may not know is that the Continental Congress actually approved the resolution on July 2nd. Hey, that's today! In fact, John Adams wrote to his wife telling her that July 2nd would be celebrated by succeeding generations as the great anniversary festival. But 2 days later, the text of the Declaration of Independence was approved and the formal announcement was made. And that's the date we celebrate. It would be a whole month later before most members of Congress would sign the document. Well, before I get too carried away with the historical facts, let's find out how much our residents know with a fun little patriotic quiz.
Well, it's the week of the 4th of July, Independence Day, and we are going around to test residents' knowledge about patriotic fun facts from history. And I have Ben Crump here with us. And Ben, we are going to do a little contest. Are you ready? Yes, I've got 7 questions to ask you. And if you get them right, we have a prize for you, okay? Yes. All right, here's the first one. What year was the Declaration of Independence adopted?
I would say 1776.
That's right, July 4th, 1776. Okay, are you ready for the next question?
Yes.
Okay, who made the first American flag?
Betsy Ross.
And you've got a number 2 for 2, Betsy Ross. Third question. They get a little harder as we go, maybe or maybe not. The first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution are known as what?
Bill of Rights.
Boy, he's a historian, ladies and gentlemen. The Bill of Rights. On the night of Paul Revere's famous midnight ride in 1775, what city did he ride from to announce that the British were coming?
Oh, Boston.
Boston, that's right, Boston, Massachusetts. So you're 4 for 4. Who is buried in Grant's tomb?
Ulysses S. Grant.
That's right, Ulysses S. Grant. Okay, so we have a little prize for you. You get to choose between an American flag or a patriotic pinwheel to clip onto your shirt.
Pinwheel.
All right, he wants the pinwheel, ladies and gentlemen. So what we have for you, yeah, it's like a little thing that you can wear for the 4th and let everybody know that you're showing your patriotic pride.
I know I won something. That's pretty good, and it spins too. As I walk.
What year was the Declaration of Independence adopted?
1776.
That's right. What year was the Declaration of Independence adopted?
1776.
That's right. Okay.
I am from Philadelphia. Should that help?
Oh, you should know all these, Elva.
Near Independence Hall up there and all those wonderful things. But we don't talk about years up there.
Oh, you don't?
Celebrate.
You just celebrate. So you don't celebrate 1776?
Oh, that's right, 1776.
Okay, so let me ask you again, okay? What year was the Declaration of Independence adopted?
That's easy, 1776.
What year was the Declaration of Independence adopted?
1874.
Who made the first American flag?
Betsy Ross.
Betsy Ross, that's right. Okay, who made the first American flag?
Well, they say Betsy Ross.
Betsy Ross, and she has a house in Philadelphia that you can visit anytime.
She was a seamstress.
I have no idea. Betsy Klein?
The first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution are known as what?
The Bill of Rights.
That's very good. So you know this. You actually paid attention in school, didn't you?
I sat in the front because I was short. So they made the short ones sit
You
in
was
front.
short or you are short?
Permanently short.
The first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution were known as what?
The Bill of Rights?
Boy, you are a pro, Peggy. You are a patriotic pro. Peggy the patriotic pro. What city did Paul Revere ride from during his famous midnight ride to announce the British were coming?
Boston?
That's right. You got one of the harder questions. What city do you ride from?
Boston.
That's it, Boston to Lexington. So you got both cities right.
Boston?
Boston, that's right. He rode from Boston, Massachusetts.
Paul Revere and my son live there together.
At the same time?
There, he's up there now. He's teaching at BU all the history of the independence of America, but his mother doesn't know the history.
What's your son's name?
Jack.
Jack, turn off the channel right now. Just change the channel, go watch something else. I don't know if you'll get this one, Peggy. I almost hesitate to ask. You ready?
Yeah.
Who is buried in Grant's tomb?
Grant! Yay!
It's real easy. Who was buried in Grant's tomb?
Oh, jeez. Is that really a question?
Sounds like it ought to be Grant.
That's right. It's Grant. Who is buried in Grant's tomb?
Who's Grant? Like,
No, this isn't Jeopardy. You don't ask me a question. It's the other way around.
like,
It's Grant's tomb.
Who's Grant's tomb? Who's Grant?
Well, who's buried in Grant's tomb?
You're asking me like the
If the
first
tomb
name?
is called Grant's tomb, who's buried in Grant's tomb?
How is this a bonus question?
I'm beginning to wonder myself.
Ulysses S. Grant.
Wow. How well do you sing?
Oh no, everybody says every song I sing sounds the same. Oh no, I dance, I don't sing.
Okay, all right. So if I sing, you'll dance?
No.
Okay. All right. Do you know the words to the Star Spangled Banner?
Oh gosh, we were just talking about that. Oh, say, can you see? I'm not singing.
Okay, just recite them. You don't have to sing.
I'm not going to do
You've
that.
already got, okay, let me see how much you
By
know.
the dawn's early light. Oh, how proudly we hail at the twilight's
Hey,
last
Peggy, I thought you said you weren't going to sing.
See, even when that's a timeout.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet
Now it rings a bell.
It rings a bell.
Yeah.
Is that a Liberty Bell it rings?
There's no crack in it, so no.
What city is a Liberty Bell in?
Pennsylvania.
That's a state, not a city, but it is in Pennsylvania.
I don't know.
Starts with a P also.
Pittsburgh?
Well, it's up to you.
All right, there you go. Oh, that was so much fun, Gwen. You did great. And if that's not enough, you can wave a little flag here.
I'll share it with my husband, who's a patriot.
There you go.
Oh, I need
An
another
American flag.
flag.
You need another flag.
The pinwheel suits you.
Okay, it suits me.
That's the whole outfit.
You didn't say anything about my hat.
Oh, well, I did when you came in. It's awesome.
Okay, all right. I feel better now.
Thank you.
Close enough.
Fireworks.
Thank you for showing your patriotic spirit.
Oh, you're very welcome. I think you've got me beat a little.
Just a little.
And now let's take a look at all of today's happenings, Academy news, menus, and Village Church connections.
Well, here we are on the second day of July, and welcome to the happening segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Bev Chandley, and I'm going to go over the activity lineup for you today at Shell Point. The Men's Golf Association will be down at the Shell Point Golf Club at 8 o'clock this morning. And also at 8 o'clock, we have the round robin doubles tennis at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. At 8:30, that Paddlers Club will be going out from the kayak storage facility. And Samba, the card game, will be in the stable room of the Woodlands at 9 o'clock. At 9:15, the shuffleboard courts will be busy with shuffleboard. And current events will be discussed in the game room of the Woodlands at 9:30. Also at 9:30, the ladies' match play tennis will be at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. We're going to move to 9:45 for introduction to beginning line dancing. That's in the Health Club. Sing Through the Summer will be in the choir room of the Village Church on the Island, and that's at 9:45. At 10:15, we have basic line dancing in the Health Club. And we're going to go off on the Suzy Q at 11 o'clock. They're going to Rum Runners, but you do need to sign up for those trips. The afternoon begins with a 12:45 Mahjong game in the Library Lounge on the Island. And we have a 1:30 Health Connections class, Aqua Pilates Stretch. That's at the LifeQuest Aquatic Center. At 2 o'clock, the Stamp Ministry will be down in the Stamp Room, which is in the tunnel. We're going to jump all the way to 4 o'clock when you'll find the seamstress here for her weekly service in the Osprey Room. At 4:30, the Alcoholics Anonymous meeting will be in the Sable Room of the Woodlands. And then 6:30, it's time for Pinnacle, and that's at the Library Lounge on the Island. Well, that's our lineup for today, and we will see you back here again tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Terry Coleth with your Academy information for Thursday. At 9:45, we have enhanced digital photos in the Technology Teaching Center on the island. Sign-up is required. At 1:30, we have the second session of Shrinking Government in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands.
Menus for Thursday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is grilled chicken Alfredo served with grilled garlic bread and broccoli. The dinner special is the Crystal Carving Board for $13.95, and the soup of the day is broccoli cheddar bacon. In the Island Cafe for lunch, the special is a tuna melt with coleslaw and fresh fruit for $7.75. The dinner special is Thai night for $8.75. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill are New York Strip for $19.95 or Snapper for $17.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, I'm Randy Woods here at the Village Church. I've got with me a cross. It was carved by one of the students I worked with when I was teaching at West Virginia University several years ago. I appreciate having this. It's handmade, carved by my friend. As you know, the cross is one of the most important symbols of the Christian faith, one that has inspired many Christians throughout history. The hymn, Lift High the Cross, may be considered a complement to the well-known gospel song, The Old Rugged Cross. Well, this hymn, Lift High the Cross, was written for a missions festival in the early 20th century by an Englishman, George Kitchen. The text emphasizes a number of implications of the cross of Christ. First, Christ rallies his people behind him and claims them as his own with the sign of baptism. As we sing through the anthem, the third and fourth stanzas emphasize that Christ gathers his people from throughout the entire world, and Christ's victory on the cross enjoins praise to him. I appreciate the hymnologist Ken Osborne, and he's describing this hymn by saying, its images are biblical, its moods expectant, its promises courageous, and its demands costly. Well, the tune for this hymn is called Crucifier, which is a term that is used to refer to the one who carries the cross in a liturgical procession. In a figurative manner, that should mean all of us Christians should lift high the cross. As you see and hear our choir sing this hymn, you'll note that they're accompanied by the symphony brass players and organist Claire Fossey. I trust the message, the text of this hymn inspires you to be a crucifier today, to lift high the cross of Christ.
Lift high the cross.
that's going to do it for today's show. Be sure to join us again tomorrow when we'll have more tributes to America and patriotic music to commemorate Independence Day. I'm Dan Philgreen, and from all of us here at SPTV, we hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.